So hi, I'm Brock Epstein. I'm with Video Tech Systems in Dallas. We're a pro video VAR gear dealer and whatnot. And I'm here at Magic Video Studios, and I'm here with the new Panasonic AF100 camera. Magic Video asked me to come out and show them some of the new features that this camera has and why it might be helpful for certain types of productions. Everybody's shooting, Canon 5D, Canon 7D, and the like. And one of the reasons everybody's shooting with those is because of the depth of field and the low light and everything else like that. Panasonic's answer to that, it's a large sensor video camera. So it's going to give you a lot of the same features that you would get characteristic-wise out of the 5D or 7D, but it's going to give it to you in an actual video camera. So as you can see, it's form factor, video camera, very similar to like an HMC 150 or an HPX 170. It's got, of course, a high-resolution LCD monitor, and it's got multiple video I/O. On the 5D, you've pretty much got an HDMI out. So here I've got a real video viewfinder, plus I've got an HDSDI out, plus I've got an HDMI out. So what I can do is actually see my monitor here or see my LCD here. In addition, feed my producer monitor, my client monitor, what have you, with HDSDI. And get this, I've also got an HDMI, so what I could do is feed a signal out of this for full res recording to any of the high res recorders out there like the KeyPro Mini, the KeyPro Big, the Nano Flash, what have you. So this camera, we can talk about the sensor a little bit. It is micro 4/3, right? So it's a variation of the 4/3 imager. Which is slightly smaller than 35 millimeter, so a little smaller than the 70, and it will give you that very nice shallow depth of field that you want in a large sensor camera, much better than half or 2/3 inch video camera would. So you can use any of the lenses out on the market from Panasonic, or you might use something like one of these little guys. This is a little third-party micro 4/3 to Nikon mount. They make these in Canon mount or Pentax or whatever else you got out there. And essentially it's just, and you've got a mount for any other lens you've got. So at that point, you have a nice Zeiss SLR, 50 millimeter 1.4 lens that's going to be smoking. It's going to be really, really good in low light. It's going to be really, really fast. And the only thing you have to consider when you're shooting with anything like a Zeiss 50 or a Nikon, what have you, is those lenses are built for full frame often, so you're going to have a little bit of a crop factor with this camera because it's not full frame because it's micro 4/3. So for instance, that SLR Zeiss 50 is going to be about 100 on this camera, so it's going to give you extra telephoto. It's still at that 1.4 or whatever the speed of the lens is. This camera does have variable speed selections that you can set from the menu. And one important thing to note is you can actually do undercrank and overcrank in 1080, 1080p. So you no longer just have to do it in 720 or just have to do it with a very expensive VariCam or do it shooting 720, 60 and converting it later in post to slow-mo. You can do it in camera in 1080 with this camera. So, I mean, to wrap back up, I mean, this camera, you don't have to throw away your 5D, 7D just yet, but this might become your new A camera. I mean, if you can feed all your monitors from this, you can do all your audio from this, you can still, if you want extra cameras running around shooting, shallow depth of field B-roll, maybe that's where your 5D, 7D comes to play and this becomes the new A guy in town. So on your next shoot, when you need the look of a large sensor SLR camera and you need the functionality of a professional video camera, the Panasonic AF100 will fit both needs. I really think you should check it out. I want to say thanks again to Magic Video for the use of their studios. This is Brock with Video Tech Systems. I'll see you next time.